only thing I can offer in this video is stories and experiences that I've had that you can reflect on through your own life, because I don't think any experience I had is one unique one-off story that no one else has had. So my goal is to share my personal experiences of what I've been going through, and you can look at those as a mirror for your own life and reflect in your own mind about how those things affect you. So the last year or so, I feel like I've been walking in rooms and seeing people I highly respect doing very strange, suspicious things. Imagine your dad's Mr. Macho Man. By the way, this is hypothetical. This didn't happen to me. Imagine you respect your dad as Mr. Macho Man, and you're at a family party, and you walk in a room, and you see him taking it in the butt. How disappointed would you be? And you walk out of the room disappointed and upset, and you're questioning life. You're questioning if everything you ever knew was a lie. And then you open up another door to another room in the party, and you see the second next person you respect painting their nails and doing drugs. Once again, you're even more disappointed, and now you're really questioning existence and life and the things you've seen. Are they true? Is it real? Are these people actually who I think they are? And then you walk in another room and you see another similar instance. I feel like that's what's been happening with my life the last year or so. And another thing that I've been dealing with for the last year is in concurrence with this, or maybe because of, I haven't been seeking advice from people, and anytime people oppose me with things, now it makes me feel more confrontational. Because those people, their whole life have had an air of authority over you, and you've given it to them because you respected them. But when you walk in the room and you see them taking it in the butt, or you walk in the room and you see them painting their nails or doing some other weird thing, it's going to be hard to receive their instruction and direction and their respect in the same manner, you know? You're going to be like, should I really listen to you? And I'll give you some context to my life. Not that I don't like to open up way too much, but my father hasn't been around my whole life, all right? So I only say that to build context, because it's not new to me to have a lack of authority around. But the people that I have given myself that authority to have let me down, I feel. But I'm not sure if they let me down or if I lifted myself up to where I see things in a way that makes me lose respect for them. Because maybe I didn't walk in the room and they were painting their nails. Maybe I was doing something exceptional or brave or powerful or something that I would deem highly worthy of respect within myself. So maybe they weren't doing something weird in the room. Maybe I elevated myself to this point to where things that I used to see as okay are not okay, and my perception of what they were doing in that room lowered my respect for them, even though maybe they've just been the same person the entire time. But regardless, when I see these actions and I see these people and I'm looking for answers and I'm looking for people to respect and get guidance from, it makes it almost impossible to receive when you feel that way about these people. It's kind of the chicken or the egg for me, because I've been having all these confrontations the last year because my respect for everyone else has lowered, where it's like, you can't speak to me that way. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it? In some ways, it means literally exactly that, whether it means physical confrontation or if it means business confrontation. Sometimes it's I don't want to say too much. But it's a dangerous path to go down. Because if I have no one to go to for answers that I deem worthy, and that's a question of itself, is it an ego play for me not to find other people's advice worthy? I've always naturally been an open, receptive person looking for guidance and looking for people to learn from. So, if I don't have people to look to, or I decide I don't have people to look to, it opens the door to becoming sociopathic. I don't like to throw around those psychology terms, but if I don't have the answer to something, I'm at a point where I don't even want to ask anyone, because I feel like whatever off the head answer I come up with has a better chance of working than anything anybody else can tell you. And that's a dangerous hole to go down, because you can start getting really drastic in the actions you take, right? Like, Kevin, I don't think you should invest your life savings in that business. Shut up. I don't respect you. Maybe that was the right piece of advice. In the current state of the world, entrepreneurship is put on a pedestal. But I think I have it in reverse. I've always wanted to look to someone and be like, what do we do? Just tell me, do this. Tell me, do X, Y, and Z, and let's get it done. I will support you. I will be loyal to you. I will sacrifice myself to you if I can respect you enough to do said thing and we can get the mission done. And I can at least have some respect out of it. I'm not super money driven. If I was super money driven and materialistic driven, I never would have got into entrepreneurship. I got into entrepreneurship in 2019, 2020 because they tried to make me take drugs and wear things on my face that I didn't want to wear in order to get a job that would pay me $8 an hour so that I could go back to my shitty room in Trenton where the mice were crawling all over me. It wasn't because I wanted to drive a Lambo or get this car or impress these people. It's because I wanted to have autonomy over my life to decide who I listen to and who I don't listen to. And some geek who's a 5'8", blonde hair, blue eye, fat dude that's been through middle management their whole life that gets a little bit of power can't tell me what to do. But the steps and the levels of the people that can't tell me what to do just continues to rise as I impress myself with my bravery and my boldness and my risk taking. But as I said before, it's a dangerous path to go down. And I said I didn't want to spoon feed answers, but I do want to put a little nugget in of what that could mean for you, because I'm not just trying to talk about myself. I see a lot of people, 18, 19, 17, 16, thinking they can go and do their own business and get rich. You have no idea how hard it is and how hard it can be and how ruthless you'll need to be in certain situations. And I'm not talking about if you have some pot of money saved up from some family thing or you have a safety net and this and that. I'm talking about if you have $0 and you're like, I want to start a business and I want to live on my own too and start living on my own name and build something for myself. There is a certain level of ruthlessness and ability to not respect other people's opinions that you'll need to have. But also, I think it relates to the story of men. When people's fathers pass away, they become the man of the family. And I think maybe this isn't such a unique occurrence to me. But as I said, my father hasn't been around, so I've given people that weren't my father, other men that have been around, maybe basketball coaches, maybe sports coaches, maybe siblings, maybe people that I respect on the internet, just people around that have maybe fabricated their ability to have authority. And I find that I've been let down quite a lot. But maybe that's the arc of a man becoming a man. And all this kind of makes me feel like, I just think of the movie The Godfather a lot. Got the cigar. And maybe that's why that's such a hit movie, because a lot of these feelings and social dynamics and family dynamics are so true, and a lot of that are in that movie. You can feel those dynamics come out so fluidly. You can feel it without someone sitting here pointing out everything. You're like, dang, I had to do this for the family, and my wife wanted me to do this, and these people told me to do this, but I had to make this decision because I knew it was the best decision, but they were mad at me. But if I didn't do that, they would have killed us, so everyone's mad at me. I was just protecting the family. And I think a lot of men go through this. So what's my point? Do I have a point to this video? Do I need to have a point for this video? Maybe this video will get 5 views. Maybe it'll have 10 views. But everything, I've been on this thing for the last 2 weeks thinking about why I make videos. Because I took a break from making videos for a bit. Because what I wanted to do was pop out with a bunch of results. I was like, you know what? I'm not qualified to speak to people the way I want to speak to them and the messages I want to put out in the world. But another reason that I was making content is because I wanted to document my life in what I'm doing real time at the age. Because if you ask old people what they did when they're younger, their ego gets into it. They fabricate things, they fantasize things, and it gets super distorted of what they were actually probably doing at that age. And it's funny because I've seen that firsthand with people that I've known for 10, 15, 20 years. The stories they tell when they were X age 10, 15, 20 years ago, and what I saw can be very different things. And you're like, So that's the reason I'm making this video. But again, I also want to put myself out there and allow you to reflect off of me as a mirror for your own life, so that you can think about these things and know that maybe you're not going crazy, or maybe you are. That's something you'll have to figure out for yourself. Maybe I am. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, maybe I'm right, who knows? But I think this allows you to work through that in your mind.